Hello, I'm Captain Stacy Spell, Commanding Officer of Media Relations Division of the Los Angeles Police Department. This critical incident community briefing is intended to provide you with information about an officer-involved shooting that occurred in Southeast Division in the city of Los Angeles on February 9th, 2021 at around 4:33 p.m. You're about to see relevant video footage and learn about other evidence and police procedures related to the case, so you can have a better understanding of what occurred based on what we know right now. The LAPD conducts very thorough use of force investigations, which typically require investigators to interview multiple witnesses, view numerous hours of video footage, and analyze a significant amount of forensic evidence. We're still at the very early stages of this investigation, which can often take up to a year to complete, and our understanding of the incident may change as this additional evidence is collected, analyzed, and reviewed. We also do not draw any conclusions about whether the officers acted consistent with our policies and the law until all the facts are known and the investigation is complete. A word of caution, the images and information you're about to see may be disturbing. When a police officer uses force to arrest a suspect or defend against an attack, it can be graphic and difficult to watch. In addition, there may be strong language used by those shown in the video. Viewer discretion is advised, especially for young children and sensitive viewers. Officers assigned to Southeast Division were patrolling in the area of Manchester Avenue and Figueroa Street when they saw a vehicle illegally parked in front of a business in the 500 block of West Manchester Avenue. The officers decided to conduct a stop for a parking and equipment violation. The officers pulled into the lot and stopped their vehicle adjacent to the driver's door of the suspect's vehicle. That suspect was later identified as Travis Elster. The officer ordered Elster to turn off the ignition. However, he did not comply and instead accelerated towards the partner officer who was standing near the front of Elster's vehicle. Elster raised his arm as he drove toward the officer, resulting in an officer-involved shooting. Elster fled the scene in his vehicle, and it doesn't appear that he was struck by gunfire. An LAPD air unit was able to spot Elster's vehicle fleeing the area and followed it to a shopping center where they saw Elster enter a nearby store. The air unit directed officers to Elster's last known location, and the officers searched the store. After several minutes, the officers discovered that Elster had escaped. Investigators reviewed surveillance video from the store and determined that Elster entered the store, changed clothing while inside, and escaped prior to the start of the search. Body-worn video cameras are used by most officers assigned to field duties. They're worn at chest level and capture a general perspective within line of sight from that angle. The angle of the camera prohibits viewers from seeing everything the officers saw and experienced. Upon activation, both audio and video will turn on. However, body-worn video cameras have a buffer of video without audio from the previous 2 minutes prior to activation. This feature is designed to capture incidents that occur suddenly where an officer doesn't immediately activate the camera. Here's body-worn video from the officers involved in this incident.
Roll down the window. What's up, bro?
Waiting for my mom, sir.
Okay, you're just parked illegally, that's it, alright? And you got dark window tint.
I'll go over here.
No big deal. Can you turn off the car for me?
I'll go over here for you, sir.
Turn off the car for me?
Let me move the car for you.
No, just park it, leave it here, okay? Hey!
Westbound.
Hit the red light. Manchester, Vermont.
All units, officer needs help. Manchester, Vermont, officer needs help. Shots fired. Manchester, Vermont, and air unit come in on southeast frequency and 77th frequency.
No, just park it, leave it here.
Yo! Adam 34, shots fired, officer needs help. There's gonna be a suspect vehicle going westbound, Manchester approaching Vermont, advice 77, advice 77. He's at the red light, Manchester, Vermont. Let's go.
Here's surveillance footage from inside the store where Elster changed his clothes and made his escape. Investigators recovered Elster's vehicle from the scene and booked it as evidence. On February 11, 2021, a warrant was issued for Elster's arrest for assault with a deadly weapon on a police officer. Travis Elster is a 30-year-old resident of Compton. In the next several months, the LAPD will continue to investigate and analyze this incident. We will continue interviewing any new witnesses that may come forward and complete any forensic tests. After the investigation is complete, our Critical Incident Review Division will forward their findings to the Chief of Police, who will make his recommendations to the Civilian Board of Police Commissioners. The board will evaluate the evidence to determine whether the officer's tactics, drawing, and exhibiting a weapon and use of deadly force in this instance met the high standards expected of all LAPD officers. If you would like more information on how the LAPD and LA District Attorney's Office investigates law enforcement-related injuries and other serious uses of force, visit lapdonline.org, where you can also find the LAPD's use of force policy and procedures. Thank you for taking the time to view this critical incident community briefing.